elimination all season, they are playing that now. And they're playing it last week and this week and for the next 3 weeks. Because they need to win 5 in a row. They need to get back in it, get on Pittsburgh's heels. And that's all last night meant. They beat a homecoming opponent in Miami. So I'm not going to go crazy about the nature of the victory. It's result-based. That's what the Ravens needed. Their defense looked like something the Ravens might be proud of over the last 25 years. Again, they're now averaging up allowing 13 points a game the last 3 games. And Lamar Jackson looks like the MVP he's been. That's that. I understand that Greer's fired. He's been there a while. He had a decent enough run. They're going to make changes anywhere in the NFL when you're 2-7 coming off another non-playoff season. So that's what's up with Miami. But the news here to me today, competitively, is all about the Ravens.
I think those glasses sell you as James Franklin. I do.
Good.
I think those work. I think those
this
work.
Doesn't sell me. Popping my sweatshirt jersey.
No. So we learned what we knew to be true, that Baltimore's better with Lamar Jackson than they are without him. And he may not be much in the playoffs, but he's great in the regular season. He could be MVP every year. He's got 14 touchdown passes and 1 interception already this year. 14-1, it's a great ratio. Derrick Henry may not have the amount of steps he had before, though he looked good last night. Defense isn't as good as it was before, but they're the best team in that division. Nobody's going to be surprised when they make the playoffs. Miami's a bad team, right? And they make terrible mistakes. They had long gains that were taken back for stupid penalties last night. They gave up the ball in their own zone of the field last night. They were at home. They scored 6 points against a defense that previously was allowing 30 points a game. When I went to sleep last night, I thought Mike McDaniel would be fired when I woke up in the morning. Instead, they have fired the general manager. I don't know that I would have done that, but they had to do something. They got a trade deadline coming up. Let's see if they're active at the trade deadline. Let's see if they're buyers or sellers. Mike, I think Miami is one of the 2 most disappointing teams in the league, Miami and Washington. And I'll just tell you this. Baltimore came into this game. Yeah, I do. Baltimore came into this game 2-5. And on the road, they were 7.5-point favorite. What does that tell you about Miami? Miami's no good. They're no good.
They beat a homecoming opponent.
They're no
they
good.
did what they were supposed to do. If they beat the bad teams on their schedule, they'll climb just even with Pittsburgh, and then we'll see in the last 3 weeks. That's the deal. So let's move to the World Series. The Blue Jays can win it tonight at home in Game 6, and they're sending Kevin Gausman to the mound to get it done. The Dodgers counter with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's thrown complete game wins fabulously in his last 2 outings. Tony, what sort of chance do you give the Dodgers to force a Game 7?
I give him a very good chance because of Yamamoto. As you said, 2 complete game wins in the playoffs in his last 2 outings. 1, by the way, against Toronto. The last time this was done was 2001 by Curt Schilling. The guy's thrown 18 innings recently, 15 strikeouts, 1 walk. You know, I mean, look, if I had to bet on anybody, his ERA in the postseason is 1.54. If I had to place a bet on anybody in this series, I would bet on Yamamoto. Now, there is another side to this. Toronto's a really good team at home. During the regular season, they were 54-27. And there is this historical fact that I referred to last week, that this is the 5th time since 1985 that one team that got into the World Series got in by sweeping its opponent in the LCS. The other team took 7 games to get into the World Series. And in all 4 previous times, the team that took 7 won the World Series. That would be Toronto. There's another thing, Mike. The Dodgers, when they go down 3-2 in a World Series, they lose. They're 0-6 in World Series when they go down 3-2. But that doesn't mean I can't bet on Yamamoto to get them into a Game 7.
No, true enough, Tony. I don't care anything about the statistical stuff other than the Dodgers hitters aren't hitting. You can't go out there and strike out 15 times. I don't give a damn about any of that other stuff. 15 strikeouts in the last game. They better cut the strikeouts, the Dodgers, from 15 to 5, or they have no chance tonight. I believe they will cut their strikeouts. Does it mean they'll get clutch hitting? Does it mean that moving Mookie Betts down to the 4 spot to clean up is going to somehow transform the Dodgers lineup? No. Does it mean that they don't get bombs from Shohei, all right, that the Dodgers will somehow find hitting elsewhere? No, it doesn't. And what we know is Toronto puts bat on ball. Toronto
they've outscored
plays
the Dodgers by 11.
National League Baseball. That's what Toronto does. And the Dodgers are playing old American League 1970s style Earl Weaver, wait for, the 3-run homer. Tone, that's not going to work tonight. They better go to National League Baseball and produce some damn runs, or they're going home.
I heard you say you don't care at all about statistics. You only care what you care about. Maybe you'd still have that job at Penn State if you cared a little more about statistics. Let's move to basketball. Victor Wembanyama had 27 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 blocks. Woo, woo. As the San Antonio Spurs moved to 5-0 for the first time in franchise history, beating Miami 107-101. Wilbon, you've been drooling over Wembanyama all season already. Do you see Wembanyama and the Spurs as legitimate competition for the champion Oklahoma City Thunder, who won last night to go to 6-0?
Not yet. Not yet, Tony. And by the way, people know Wembanyama now. They don't know Castle. They know Castle from UConn, but they don't understand that Castle's going to be. When I saw Castle in college, I thought he's the next SGA. He's on that track. Last night, he had something like 24, 8, and 6. He's a perfect complement to Wembanyama.
Yeah.
He's just, and I told you before the season, not when it started, this wasn't bandwagon hopping. I told you Wembanyama is the guy to watch. That's the deal. Shohei and Wembanyama, these are the two transformative athletes worldwide today. My man, the 17-year-old soccer player. So, Tony, I don't think they can challenge OKC yet. It's like watching a young Jordan's Bulls when Jordan was MVP and he was averaging 37 and they couldn't beat Detroit. What?
You listening to me?
Yeah, you mean Lamar. Yes, thank you. But it's like watching young Jordan when he could not take out Detroit. He could not take out the bad boy Pistons. I don't think.
Let me say it like Brian Kelly would say it. Enough. Let me say it like Brian Kelly would say, "You're welcome." Like that Southern accent. Look,
the show needed.
I was amazed. I was amazed that this is the first time San Antonio was ever 5-0. Are you telling me that the teams with David Robinson and Tim Duncan were not 5-0? The 5 championship teams, none of them were 5-0. I was absolutely floored by that. Let me just mention, let me mention a couple of things. And I know they're statistical and I know you hate them, but let's do this. Wembanyama, in his first 120 NBA games, has more points than LeBron. He has more blocks than Akeem Olajuwon. He has more threes than Steph Curry. They are the all-time statistical leaders in these categories, Mike. He has more rebounds than Karl Malone. Like, this is an unbelievable yet undeniable resume. And so even though the thing I hate most about the NBA is talking in October about something that might or might not happen in June, Wembanyama is special. I mean, I concede that, though, to be fair on one thing, Mike, the first 4 teams that they beat were pretty much dogs. Dallas fired Nico, and the Pelicans and Brooklyn and Toronto combined record 3-16. Let's take a break. Still to come, LSU and Penn realizes he was in his mid-40s when the new manager of the Nationals was born. Then dry heaves in front of the bathroom mirror. What's first?
Toss up better job, LSU or Penn State.
I just want to say family again. I love saying family. I sound like Charles Barkley, except he was born in Alabama and I was born in Boston. Brian Kelly, born in Boston. Okay. Penn State was a very good job for a long time because they didn't fire coaches. They didn't do that. It's amazing how quickly LSU fired guys who won national championships, and in my case, fired someone who did not win a national championship. But the fact of the matter is, it's easier to win a national championship at LSU. Though I think right now,